and proficient in using their Renekton, so they're gonna pick it up. So that leaves Jet with a very, very comfortable pick. And Sinjao is someone that Rebenga has used yesterday in their series that was so dominant. So I think this is gonna be pretty massive. But the question is, will Corki be a good substitute to maybe potentially on Akali into the mid lane or Conti into the bot lane?
Yeah, that's the thing. The same thing goes for the Corki. Whether or not we get to see that to Ponzi or Hayes, or for Tactical or Yato in the mid lane. And now it's going to be a challenge. There's going to be a Kha'Zix in the jungle, Xin Zhao in the jungle, as well as for Rebenga. We've been seeing a lot of these Katarina picks, and so far it has been shining. Without the necessary CCs involved, Katarina can still take control of the team fights. But instead of a Katarina, we're going over to a Zed, and to top it all off, they need that range CC, and I feel like Lux compensates for that.
Right, and having these two duos coming to the bot lane, there is a lot of wave clear potential. And I think GRINDSKY Esports wants to answer that with a heavy frontliner so that Lucian can be safe when it comes to the late game. And Darius is a good champion to pick it all off.
Yeah, Darius on the top side, maybe in the mid lane. We've seen that a couple of times before. Gragas and as well as Darius can swap here and there, but this is going to be the arrangement. This is going to be very interesting. We'll have to see if Hayes is indeed going to play the Corki or Consi is going to be on the Zed. Let's check that out once we head on over to the Rift. Okay, never mind. A little bit hyped over there. I mean, it's still possible, like a lane swap perhaps. Maybe you put the dual lane in the mid lane and then Hayes will be playing Zed at the bottom side of the map. But just as you mentioned, they really want this arrangement anyway. There's a ton of poke, ton of wave clear, versus Lucian is not paired with a Nami this time. He is paired with a Braum, so a little bit more on the defensive side of things for that dual lane matchup. So I would think, especially come level 5, the dual lane of BREN may turn to be such a deadly combo.
And I want to put a quick point on that. You stayed on the defensive heavy side for GRINDSKY Esports, and I think that is the reason why that Hayes rather go in for Zed rather than going for Katarina. Because you have a lot of CCs that can cancel that Lotus and also basically cancel out the whole proposition of BREN Esports coming into those team fights onto the Katarina. So I think Zed is a better option for them to have that backside access onto Tactical with the Lucian.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there 100%. And it's not even an ultimate that would possibly cancel out the Katarina even. They've got a lot of CCs, just as you mentioned. The Body Slam. You've got the stuns coming from Bo. Apprehend coming from Majo. There's just a ton on the board.
Right here into the bot side, though, it's a different story.
First
but
blood?
top line, first blood by Darius with a solo kill onto Jet. And that is a flash after for BREN Esports. So summoner spell advantage, first skill advantage for GRINDSKY Esports.
That's insane! Majo didn't even need to spend any of his summoner spells. Flash and barrier still complete. That means he can make a second attempt if Jeff oversteps in the lane. And we talked about this before. Renekton, incredibly strong, level 3. But one of his weakest points in the lane is level 1. Majo took advantage of that, got the level 2 win, eliminated Jeff.
But the root will connect Mjun. He's doing work here into the mid lane as we have GRINDSKY Esports going in for a switch in lanes, having a duo come in mid. But rather, now Lux is supposed to be retreating into the dual lane because you have a lot of pressure coming from GRINDSKY Esports and they don't want to have it. But now, BREN is going all in. This is going to be a 3v3 in favor of none because GRINDSKY Esports wants to catch up onto Mjun. There's still 1 HP. Tactical will finish it down. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off. It's a Braum for the Lux. This is 2 supports, but Lucian will follow through. That's going to be a triple kill for Rebenga, and that will be a 3-for-2 or 3-for-1 in favor of BREN. But here, you have to follow up from Meng, getting the kill, and that will even out the trade as now it's a 3-for-3.
That is, I would say, slightly greedy, as Consi wanted to stay and clear the wave, but then that's the reason why Meng was able to catch another kill, at least revenge kill. But at the end of the day, BREN Esports is still able to get 3-0 on Rebenga. He could potentially snowball this game if, you know, they keep winning these skirmishes, if they manage to set up the not the 5v5s basically, and they have the capability of doing so. They have a ton of damage on the board, as what we've seen, especially Hayes is already level 5. I imagine the squishies coming from GRINDSKY, imagine that's actually just 2, but they definitely are the primary targets that BREN are going to be after, which is Tactical on this Lucian and Meng on this Kha'Zix.
Yeah, if they get these two champions, it's huge advantage for BREN Esports. And with that one kill from Tactical, I think that was already a huge win for BREN Esports there. But of course, you have Meng coming into the bot side, having that trade-off on Kansi as well. It's not going to be as big of an advantage that they would have hoped so. But this is going to be the beginning of these two teams going to clash that out on who will be the better team into the early game. But rather, you have to consider that Rembenga is on an early game dual champion onto Sinjao with 3-0-0. So when it comes to 4 minutes, I think this will be pretty massive when it comes to BREN Esports having that jungle advantage against Meng.
Yeah, it's incredibly huge. I think the leverage that GRINDSKY can work around with is Majo. Remember, he's won that 1v1 at top side. Jeth wasn't able to take advantage of this renekton pick in the level 3. We'll see though.
3-man roam coming from GRINDSKY Esports. BREN Esports doesn't know having this fight. And now it's Jett going for the dash away as well, but this is not going to be enough to keep him safe. Glacial Fisher to go through. Double kill for GRINDSKY Esports.
Majo, he could be insanely huge. On BREN's side, it's Rembenga, but this time GRINDSKY has Majo over here on this Darius. He is now 3 kills in. He might get more plates on the board as well. But First Blood Tower will go over in favor of BREN Esports. Of course, they were able to get a pick off of Tactical over there, and then they basically got a head start on that dragon, that lane tower first. But let's take a look at this though, as Rift Herald is almost dead.
So there's 4-man roam from GRINDSKY Esports. They can go for it, and Rift Herald will be secured by them. They're going to go back away. They don't want to lose this advantage away from BREN Esports, while BREN is now starting onto the Mountain Dragon.
That is the exchange, as they were positioned very near these objectives. So might as well, before you reset, getting that cash in. Let's see what Majo decides to prioritize first, I suppose. I think this is the fear coming from BREN, because there is still that threat, which is Kansi here on this Corki, and I feel like he may be a little bit difficult to reach if they can't set up the flanks, if they can't set up Meng for an assassination attempt, and as well as Majo is not able to reach Kansi, because again, there's just peel all over. You do have Mjan on the support, which has a lot of roots on the board. There's Valkyrie as well, so I think that could potentially be a challenge.
3-man roam from GRINDSKY Esports into the bot side of the map. BREN Esports needs to actually go for support if they don't want to lose Hayes. But Hayes is now going to be CC chained. That's going to be that mark away. What a move from Hayes. Getting the kill even away from Yato. And that will be the 1-for-0 trade-off. But still, the turret will be susceptible to danger. That will be GRINDSKY Esports getting trade-off 1 turret available for their team, as BREN is now going for the 4-man roam. 3-man roam, rather. The bot side of the map, go for the defense. Rift Herald will only get 1 charge away into the Dragon lane.
Yeah, that's not still used, but not the full potential, I suppose, with the second charge in on the inner tower at bot side. And at that point, it's Hayes just doing a lot of work and denying any of the potential kills, since that was a 3v1 situation technically. Now look at BREN. They want to push this mid lane tower. And the thing is, for GRINDSKY, what are your options for engage? They do have Yato at least, and as well as a beautiful cask. But the double disengage is definitely needed, especially Rembenga will be expected to just dive in first. A fight could possibly happen soon though, looking at the location of every player in the map. I guess not. They still want to keep farming. They still want to make sure that they have the numbers advantage before going all in.
Yeah, and I think BREN Esports understands that GRINDSKY Esports, even though they are matching up when it comes to gold, you still have a lot of defensive capabilities, even though in the early game, even though Sinjao is really fed in the first 6 minutes of this match. So I think they were really just being wary of that danger of letting GRINDSKY Esports snowball in the early game. If you're considering the draft composition, they have much more advantage in that mid-game late game fight. So I think BREN Esports doesn't want to give that for free against GRINDSKY Esports.
Yeah, they're definitely wanting to air crow chill a little bit. They don't want to be too hasty anyways, considering that Rembenga has the lead. But this could be a collapse at top side. They're looking at GRINDSKY. It is Hayes all alone.
Meng now jumping in. That mark to try and save his life. That's going to be the calling as well to follow through. Hayes is now low HP. He dashes back in, but Tactical is waiting for him and gets killed.
Wow, and GRINDSKY even gets a tower on top of that. That's just a big cherry on top, though. But look at Amjan. Is able to get at least that slow in.
Rebenga goes for the knock-up onto Majo. Majo will force out the Proto Build to go back to safety, and BREN Esports will not get the kill. But that is the 1-for-1/3 trade for both these teams.
This is incredibly close. Again, when we look at the standings, GRINDSKY unfortunately has struggled in Group A. And for BREN, they had a rough start, especially up against RRQ, but they've defeated every single one. They've defeated GRINDSKY, they've defeated Liab in the first round robin, and ended with almost the same results. And we'll see if this current series, with a lot of pressure on the line, will have the same fate as the first round robin. Because again, BREN has to win 2-0. But Jeff may be all alone.
GRINDSKY is gonna be the objective that they need to overcome. That's gonna be the Glacial Fissure knocking up for next, and Jet will be obliterated by GRINDSKY Esports. But fight's not gonna be over. This is gonna be the 4v3. Favor for GRINDSKY, and BREN is gonna be wary of the risk fighting this through. And now they're gonna hover into their turret instead, while GRINDSKY is now starting onto the Ocean Dragon.
And a split push, even coming from Hayes. They know that they have the numbers disadvantage. It's going to be a 4v5 anyways. And might as well just try to take as much as you can off of the map. And with that, vision is incredibly important.
Oh, Light Binding was phenomenal coming in from Lux. And now it's gonna be the Corky jumping in. Ponzi is trying to go in for the flank here into the backside. That's gonna flash away. Lux will go in for the ultimate. Final Spark will get the kill down. But that will be the jungle for the ADC. BREN Esports will lose their hyper carry. And now GRINDSKY Esports has the potential to punish BREN Esports.
What a crazy aggressive Valkyrie forward. And it was a pretty dark jungle for BREN. So it is GRINDSKY just catching these opportunities. They're pressuring BREN time and time again. And so far, it has looked even. Rebenga getting the 3 early kills, but couldn't translate just yet because they had Majo getting the same amount of kills as well. Now we'll have to see, though. Vision, I have to reiterate this. It's very important. There is a Kha'Zix on the opposite side of the squad. And as well as Twin Shadows, at least coming from Amjan, will help out reduce the chances of Meng to follow through with a surprise attack. And now, GRINDSKY focusing on top side, we'll have to see, because this is so close. You can feel the intensity of this match. And the thing is, it's so different because BREN, last weekend when they faced up against GRINDSKY, they were super confident. This time around, they know what's at stake. They know how important this series is, and that's why they're very, very careful.
Yeah, and it's a different story because GRINDSKY has been dominant as well in the early game to match it up against BREN Esports. So now it's 6-9. It's really going to be so difficult to state who has the better lead right now, because BREN Esports can still win this. GRINDSKY can still win this. The goal difference is so much of a minor situation right now, only of a difference of a couple of 100 gold for the side of GRINDSKY Esports towards BREN Esports, which is really going to be a mystery on how BREN is going to balloon this into more lead against GRINDSKY Esports. And I think top lane will be BREN Esports' target. Going for the death mark on Yato, but that is quick stays his enchant that saves his life. But here into the bot side, that's going to be Rebenga getting the kill down onto Majo. Meng will try to follow through with a kill trade-off. It will not happen. BREN Esports going to go away with a 1-for-1.
Nicely done by BREN Esports here. Oh, the binding.
That's going to be the route onto view. Glacial Fissure will not connect onto anyone, and they're trying to follow through. Rebenga will be sniped down. He's gonna go in for the slowdown. Tactical just going to the backside. Now there's gonna be a 2v1. Who is gonna win this? Is gonna be BREN Esports or GRINDSKY? But Meng is too low, and he has to fall back away because you are the jungle. But you have Hayes trying to go for the kill. That's gonna be Shuriken in, dashing away. He went in for the wrong direction, as now Meng is safe from harm, and BREN Esports is not gonna get a kill onto Meng.
Was there a Scryer's Bloom though in that area? I think Hayes didn't want to risk it. He didn't want to overstay his welcome because Majo has basically respawned already. He was about to join Meng. And it was the right call. Hayes didn't want to stay any longer, even though Meng was so close to his death. That Twin Shadows holding to prove to be a lot of value to maneuver around these 1v1s to escape danger, as we saw earlier. And now for the second item, we're looking at the Serylda's Grudge over here from Hayes. Again, we talked about this yesterday, a little bit more of that utility. You add in a slow with your abilities, that means more chances for you to land those auto attacks, even for the rest of your melee members, such as Jeth and Rebenga.
But GRINDSKY Esports, having that knowledge, is now going in. There's going to be Jeth being pinned down, having sights onto GRINDSKY Esports. Culling is now going to be forced away, and Corky is getting a lot of damage in. That's going to be 15% HP. Meng is now just going to jump through. Mark is going through onto Tactical as well. This is going to be so low of an HP. Final Spark will get him through. That's going to be the kill onto BREN Esports, and now they have the member advantage. They could now start onto the Cloud Dragon, but we have Majo now trying to go in. This is going to be so hard for them. Can they defeat it? That's going to be Flash Away. Summoner Spell burn for GRINDSKY Esports. But Meng is here to go for the contest. It's going to be the 3v4. Member advantage for BREN Esports. Now that's going to be Glacial Fisher going for the two-man knockoff. GRINDSKY Esports is going in. But the Guillotine will not get the kill. And now BREN Esports has the member advantage still. This is going to be the 1-4-2 trade-off. And GRINDSKY Esports is trying to scour away because BREN is dominating that fight with the triple kill. And now they're still starting onto the Cloud Dragon regardless of the jungle. Because two mana doesn't have it. Now Hayes jumps in. That's going to be the death mark onto Gragas. As Gragas will fall down, that's going to add a little bit of an extra flavor as BREN Esports is now going to get Cloud Dragon. Tactical will come though. They want to start this fight. They want to further get the kill. Tactical calling, connecting onto Magic. That's going to be Flash as well. Gets the kill. And Jed will follow through. Double kill for Tactical as they are now happy to go back away.
Yeah, he's able to sip from the scraps. Tactic was able to time it correctly. Well, not time it correctly. He was alive, just went straight to the dragon, and BREN wanted a dragon.
That's going to be huge damage potential coming into Tactical. Can he do it? But here's going to be the Stasis headshot countering that ultimate from Zed. As now it's going to be Meng trying to get a kill. Consi, you are in danger. Are you going to go back away? But Majo went in for the guillotine, gets the kill. And GRINDSKY will get the 4 kills in that fight. BREN Esports will lose their members. And now GRINDSKY is starting onto the Baron Nashor.
Yeah, this is a crazy game. This is a game where anyone can win. Look at that, 1v1.
Rebenga trying to
Teleport.
go back away. TPs are now coming through. This is going to be 1v1 once again, but the calling will be there. Zones out the enemy team. GRINDSKY Esports will get the Baron Nashor, and they're happy to go back away and buy some items for now to pressure in against BREN Esports.
Remember, if GRINDSKY wins this game, that means Liab has a chance later on in their fight against RRQ. That's a chance to still make it to the playoffs. BREN, they want this 2-0. They want to prevent any win seeping through from GRINDSKY. And this is the pressure coming in. This is the goal being even. This is objectives being even. Now, GRINDSKY, they are in the lead because they have that Baron buff. They're going to utilize it with this 1-2-2 setup, and we'll see how BREN reacts because Hayes, unfortunately, the response to Assassins here with a lot of Zhonya's on the board just denies any of these sneaky kills. No Zhonya's, that means it's easy for you to kill, and it goes the same way around.
Now, BREN Esports has to pay the price. Renga is now on 50% HP. GRINDSKY Esports is zoning him away. That's going to be the tier 2 turret down into the bot lane. Majo is split pushing top lane. That's going to be the 1v2 situation, but considering the amount of sustainability for Majo, he does not care. And now GRINDSKY Esports is now going for the inhibitor turret. They want to take it down. Rebenga will be there to go for the defense. GRINDSKY will still zone him. Get the tier 2 turret mid lane.
This is GRINDSKY now, pulverizing the base of BREN at the moment. It's just the inhibitor towers left.
Final Spark gets off the damage in. Calling will be there as well. Zoning out the enemy team. Structural delivery knocking them away. But Tactical go in for the Stasis enchant. Jay will now be popped on 2 members onto Rebenga as well. And now Majo gets the inhibitor turret top lane. But BREN Esports still doesn't want to end that fight. Majo is trying to go back away as well. They will get the kill. That is going to be 3-4-2. BREN Esports will get the advantage. GRINDSKY Esports will scour away for a retreat as BREN Esports will get the numbers advantage. Now Majo will still be there. Light binding with a flash as well. Summer spell advantage down. BREN Esports will go back away. That's going to be the TPs.
They want
going
this.
for the recall. But they want this. Kansi go for the damage output,
no!
but the
The
Valkyrie
Valkyrie!
has failed, and Majo will go back away. And now Kansi needs to recall because he has not gotten the kill. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness is right. They invested so much to get a kill on Majo. They used a flash from Mjan as well just to make sure that the binding might connect. Unfortunately, it did not. There's not a lot of vision on the board for that. Now the Infernal Elder Drake is at stake, and as well as the potential game, and as well as the potential playoffs run for BREN as well if they lose this game number 1.
They need to win it. They need to dominate. There's still an option for them. If they get the Elder Dragon, they can beat them down onto GRINDSKY Esports. An opportunity arises, but still, even if they get the Elder Dragon, you still have to consider the 2 inhibitor turrets left for BREN Esports are so low in this game currently. So a lot of stakes on the line here for GRINDSKY Esports. They can dominate. Even if BREN starts onto the Elder Dragon, GRINDSKY can now go for the backdoor to finish this game.
We'll have to see. Meng wants that one auto attack. I feel like those 2 towers standing in the middle is just 1 auto attack away. Maybe 1 empowered auto attack away even. And now, look at this. Infernal Drake being started.
As they're starting this, BREN Esports didn't have any vision aside from the Wrist Cutler that will give them insights that Meng is starting this down. But GRINDSKY is zoning them away. Rebenga is trying to go in, to go for the contest. Majo will be pinned down. BREN Esports is going all in. That's going to be the 3v1. That's going to be the ultimate down. GA will be popped by Majo. He is no longer there for a couple of seconds. Glacial Fisher will zone out the NFT. Final Spark will connect onto none. As now it's going to be Bew trying to go back away as well. 5-man members available for these 2 teams. As you have Gragas going for the flank. Yada will force the flash away. You need to look at the lane control into the mid lane. BREN Esports will go for the recall. GRINDSKY is starting this Infernal Dragon. They don't want to leave this behind. Rebenga will still be
so
there.
hard.
They don't want to leave this for free for GRINDSKY to take in. Tactical with the culling though, so much damage onto Amjan. 5k HP for the Infernal Dragon. Rebenga, will you come in? There's the right opportunity to come now. Glacial Fisher, that's gonna be it. Gragas went in for the explosive gas, zones out the enemy team and confuses them on what they need to take in. And GRINDSKY will take the triple kill to follow through with ace. And now the lane control is in favor of them. They could finish this game. They could go to the top lane and they could end it. They could remove BREN Esports on their 2-0 win to remove them of an opportunity of big chances to the playoffs. And that will be the first game towards GRINDSKY Esports.